hope you're all well. I think it's time I give an update. Um, Today is a little over a week. Today's Sunday. 9 days since my third round of chemo. So I'm on bed rest. I feel better. So first week after chemo is always rough, and there was bone pain and weakness, but that's normal for chemo, a normal side effect, and to be expected. So my doctor's nurse told me that, and she reassured me that fatigue is normal during chemo and to be expected. So it's okay that I'm on bed rest, and it's not a concern. So the week of chemo, 2 days before chemo day, I had a doctor's appointment with my doctor's physician assistant, and she was very nice. They checked my blood work. Because of my reaction to Taxol last time with the hives during infusion, this time they are taking extra precautions, and they had me take my pre-meds 1 day early on the day before chemo at home. So I took my pill twice a day, the steroid pill and the Benadryl and Pepcid, and I take those twice a day on the day before chemo, and that's supposed to help prevent another reaction to hives. I told her I don't like to take medication, but she said it's needed to help me get through chemo, and they don't want me to have another hive reaction during infusion because they don't want my body to develop allergy to Taxol. So it's not good for that to happen. So they want to avoid the reaction. So so I did that. Took those pills 1 day before chemo, and that Friday, 2 days later, I went to chemo, and a Cancer Society volunteer took me there and brought me back. And I was a very kind, retired gentleman. He looked like a typical grandpa, and he was so nice. And he said that when his mother was going through chemo, he took her to her chemo appointments, and so after she was done with the chemo and she was better, she fought cancer and she was okay after that. He continued taking other people to chemo, so that was so kind. So his mother had passed in her 80s from something else, but she did win her battle with cancer. The chemo did work for her. So he has volunteered again for my next chemo appointment. The next round will be the 4th round. So he's already volunteered to help me with that and take me there and bring me back. So I'm so grateful to this kind man. So it was a long day. He picked me up at 9 in the morning, and he picked me up from the infusion center at 6 p.m. at night. So it took all day, because I had to get all 4 drugs this time. and they had to go in one after the other. And before all those 4 drugs, I had to get pre-meds by IV. And there had to be like a 10-minute saline flush in between each medication. And so it took a long time. And also the Taxol, they took extra precautions. They started me for half an hour at a third of the rate. Half an hour later, they came to check on me and I was fine. So they increased it another third of the rate for another half hour. And then half hour later, the nurse came back and increased it to the full rate. So they were taking every precaution. And yeah, I feel like I am well taken care of by this wonderful medical team and wonderful infusion nurses. So during my doctor's appointment, they took my blood work and everything was fine. So my hemoglobin 9.6, which is still lower than normal. Normal is 12 to 14, but it wasn't low enough to be a concern. So last time was 8. That's why I had the 2 bags of transfusion, and that probably bumped up my hemoglobin. So and then they also checked my urine protein, and this time it was under 100. It was 69. So last time when they held the Avastin, it was 161, which is over 100, which was not acceptable. So that's why they held Avastin. And this time it was under 100, which was acceptable to them. So I got all 4 drugs this time. Yeah. And so next thing is Monday, January 30th, I'm gonna get a PET scan to see how I'm responding to chemo. So please pray for me. Pray for good results. So on a PET scan, cancer cells light up. And so please pray. Pray that nothing lights up. My doctor's hoping for remission. And I'm hoping and praying for that too. So, yeah, after 3 rounds, it may not completely be remission yet, but pray for great improvement. And if there's remission, that'll be great. Miracles happen. And then the day after the PET scan, I have the doctor's appointment with my oncologist, and he's going to go over the results of the PET scan with me and explain it to me. And he's going to also do a pelvic exam to see what my cervical tumor looks like now. And yeah, and then they'll also check my blood work to make sure everything's okay for the next round of chemo. And then the same week, Friday, I'll get my 4th round of chemo. So pray that all goes well. Thank you so much for praying for me. I feel your love and I feel your kindness, and it makes me happy. Sorry. I get emotional when I'm touched. Thank you. for lifting me up in prayer. I know it makes a world of difference. Thank you. So I'm doing okay. Don't worry. I'm just having side effects from chemo, but I'm okay. I'm just crying because I'm touched by your kindness and love, and I'm just touched and so happy that you're praying for me, because I know it makes a huge difference. I know it makes a huge impact. So thank you. Thank you for praying for me. Yeah, pray for good results on the PET scan. So I don't have anything else to report, so I think I'll come back with another update after my PET scan on the 30th. Thank you for praying for me. I know God hears your prayers. Thank you so much. Thank you for your love. I love you back. Bye.